Hi, I'm George Rivari from Knowledge Tree Consulting. Today, I'm going to be talking about ideal communication. It makes a huge difference in how well your company runs, whether you're going to be profitable, whether you're going to be able to keep people, whether you're going to be able to stay on schedule. It's a game changer. So it's super interesting as I've been doing my consulting with my clients, looking at how they communicate, how effective their communication is. And to be truthful with you, most companies communicate terribly. And it's really unfortunate because it makes a really big difference. Maya Angelou once said, it's not what you do for people that they remember, but how you make them feel. Poor communication makes people feel awful. So it's really important that you feel acknowledged, right? And so a great anecdote for that is if I go to a store and there's a big lineup of people and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and the line's moving slowly and it's close to closing time, it would be great if the person at the counter would say, hey, by the way, we probably can only handle about 5 or 6 people and I'm sorry, but we won't be able to serve all of you today. But if you come back on Wednesday when we're less busy or Thursday, you'll be served way faster. So then you have a choice to make. Do I stay or do I go? But you've been acknowledged and your time isn't wasted. So there's a concept called RACI, responsible, accountable, collaborate, and inform. And it's really important to remember that you don't want to feel left out. You do want to feel like someone's asked for your input, right? You certainly want to feel like you're part of a team, the collaborate component. And ultimately, you have to be held accountable because if you drop the ball because you didn't return the phone call or didn't follow up or didn't send the email, ironically, oftentimes it's simple, I got it. Whew, okay, they got it. I know it's off my mind. It's off my chest. I feel relieved. That is actually part of what is going to build your amazing culture in your business. So, we've got RACI here. We've got timely, right? So you can't make people wait and you don't get back to them for 2 days. What's going on? Like there is a reasonable timeline in which to get back to people. I actually have a very high standard for that, to be honest with you. It's typically within a 4-hour block. And the best people respond within an hour. This is really, really satisfying when you get RACI down with some great timeliness. And again, I want to make you feel great because if you feel great, you're going to want to work for me. And by the same token, as a manager, if my employee's not responding to me as well, then I feel awful. So now we've got friction. So the truth of the matter is if we put some effort into responding to people and acknowledging them, you're going to have a way better place to work and you're going to be way less stressed. And so this is one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give to companies. Follow RACI, do it in a timely way, and make sure you think about how people feel because it's important. Unresolved issues create stress, right? So if you don't have an answer that you need, it's very stressful. One of the next meetings that we're going to talk about is how we actually do meetings so that you're not constantly interrupted with a million different emails or texts to get answers. And that's typically handled at another level, which is the meeting level. And the frequency of that is typically a function of how fast you need to know the information. Ideal communication, RACI, everybody's got to feel great. So specifically with some companies that I've gone to visit, you send an email out to the crew to get an answer and you don't get a response. And then you have to hound them. Then you have to start calling them, leaving voicemails. Then there's, essentially back and forth checking voicemails. Nothing gets resolved. So typically I like to have things in writing in communication. And the reason is I can refer to it later. I can prioritize it now or in the future by read, unread. It's little techniques, but it takes a very little effort to actually implement it. Most people don't like to change. So there's an experiment that you can do for fun. You can cross your arms and then try crossing the other way. And most people feel very awkward crossing their arms the other way. And that's what's called homeostatic behavior. So we are geared to not change. Once we get the culture of communication down in the business and it's the norm, it's a dream place to work. And you can feel it. Culture is something you can feel. And the truth of the matter is, without great communication, there's misunderstandings. People feel left out. Some people don't even know what's going on and they should, which causes all kinds of other downstream problems. This can all be eliminated with great communication. It's actually not hard. It's hard to make the change to become a good communicator, however. Once you've got it, it becomes normal and things just rock and roll in the business.